Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back and thank you for supporting me. I'm Coretta. In this video, I'll be showing how to make a notepad using Canva. Come on y'all, let's get started. For this project, I will be using white copy paper, chipboard, Mod Podge, some binder clips, a paintbrush, and my X-Acto paper cutter. I will leave a list of these items in the description of this video. So here in Canva, I am going to use my Canva Pro account to design my notepad. To start, I am going to select Create on the top left. On the pop-up window, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to select Custom Size. I want my page to be in inches, and so under Units, I'm going to change the PX, which stands for pixels, to IN, which stands for inches. I want to create a 5x7 notepad. So under Width, I'm going to type 5. And then under Height, I'm going to type 7. And then I'm going to select Create New Design. Now I have my page. I will begin designing my notepad. First, I want to add my lines to my notepad. To add the lines, I am going to select Element on the left side panel. In the search bar, I'm going to type Line and hit Enter. Then on the right side of the word Shape, I'm going to select See All. I'm going to then select the line that I want to use. So I'm going to use this one here. This line is a little too thick for me, so I'm going to change the thickness. To change the thickness, I am going to make sure that my line is selected, and then on the toolbar above the page, I am going to select Stroke Style, which is the second icon from the left. And I'm going to change my stroke weight to 1. And you can type it in, or you can use the slider bar to do it. I'm just going to type it in. Then I'm going to click anywhere on the canvas to close that window. Now I'm going to make the line the width of my notepad. To do this, I am going to select the line, and I am going to hold down my Shift key, and I am going to drag it from the side here, and I'm just going to drag it. I'm going to position it kind of where I want it, and I'm going to continue to make it the size that I want it. And I want it about right there because that's the center, and you see the purple box? That's what I want. So I'm going to let go. And then after I get the line where I want it, the length that I want it, I'm just going to make sure that it is positioned kind of where I want it to be. And about right there is good. Next, I'm going to duplicate the lines to fill up the page. So to duplicate, I am going to make sure that my line is selected. And then on the toolbar that's right above the line, I'm going to select the duplicate icon, and then I'm going to position it where I want it. So I want it about like right there, maybe like there. And I will duplicate this line until I have all of the lines that I want. Once I have all of the lines, I am going to select all of the lines, and then on the top toolbar, I'm going to select Position, And on the Arrange tab, I'm going to make sure that everything is centered. So everything is centered because the center icon is not highlighted. So that means that everything is still centered. And then under Space Evenly, I'm going to select Tidy Up. And that is just to ensure that all of the lines have the same amount of spacing between it. So I'm going to select Tidy Up. So with all of the lines still selected, I am going to select Group on the toolbar that is right above the lines. I'm going to select Group. Next, I want to add an image to the canvas. To add the image, I am going to select Upload on the left side panel. I'm going to select Upload File. I am going to browse to the location of the file. I'm going to select the image, and then I'm going to select Open. Once the image uploads, I am going to select the image to add it to the canvas. With the image on the canvas, I am going to size it and position it where I want it. Now that I have the image sized and positioned where I want it, I want to hide the lines that are to the left of my image over here in this little area over here. And I also want to hide the lines that are here and give it a little space here around the image. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a shadow to my image. To add a shadow to the image, I'm going to select my image. On the top toolbar, I'm going to select Edit. Under Effects, so I'm going to scroll down, and under Effects, I am going to select Shadows. I am going to select Outline. And then I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I'm going to size this. I'm going to size this to about 100 because I want my size of my outline to be really big. And then I'm going to change the color to white. So I'm going to move to the white. And then I'm going to click anywhere on the canvas to close that window. And then I'm just going to position my image over so that I can hide the lines that are to the left of my image, and also have some room around the have some room around her where the lines are not directly touching her. So I'm just going to size her up again, just a little bigger, like that. I like that. Okay. Next, I'm going to add some text. To add some text, I am going to select Text on the left side panel. I'm going to select Add a Subheading. And in here, I'm going to type Notes. And then I am going to change the font. So I'm going to position it up to the top because I want it up here. So I'm going to position it here. And then I'm going to change the font. And to change the font, I'm just going to select my font. And on the top toolbar, I am going to select the font name. And in the search bar, I'm going to type Playlist Script and select my font. With the font now changed, I am going to size it and position it where I want it to be. Now that I have my notepad designed, I am ready to print. For this project, I am going to be using Silhouette Studio to print. To print, I have to download this design to my computer. And to download it, I am going to select Share in the upper right corner. And on this screen, I am going to select Download. I am going to make sure that my file type says PNG, and then I'm going to select Download. The file is going to download into my download folder in File Explorer. In Silhouette Studio, I am going to add the PNG to the canvas. So selecting File on the top menu, I'm going to select Merge. I am going to navigate to where the design is, and I'm going to select the PNG, and then I'm going to select OK. With the image on the canvas, I am going to size it to 5 by 8. So on the top toolbar, I'm going to first select my image, and then on the top toolbar, I'm going to go to the size. I am going to unlock my aspect ratio. I'm going to change the width to 5 and hit enter. And I'm going to change my height to 8 and hit enter. Then I am going to position it on the page where I want it. Then I am going to duplicate the image. To duplicate it, I am going to right click on the image, and I'm going to select duplicate, and then I'm going to position it to the other side of the page. Now that I have the two images, I am going to print. So I'm going to select File on the top menu. I'm going to select Print. My print preview is going to open so that I can confirm that the image is within my print borders and that it is. And after I confirm that it is, I am going to select Print. I am going to select my printer, and then I'm going to select Preferences. On this screen, I am going to leave my paper type at plain paper, and I am going to change my print quality to best. I am going to select OK, and then I'm going to select Print. So I have my notepad paper printed and cut to size. I also have a piece of chipboard cut to the same size. So what I'm going to do is I am going to align my chipboard. I'm going to place it behind my paper, my notepad paper, and I'm just going to align it so that it is even all the way around. So even as possible all the way around. So I'm just going to make it even all the way around. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to take some scrap cardstock, and I'm just going to place it on the notepad, and I'm placing it here so that I can make sure that when I put my binder clip on, that it doesn't make any indentions in my paper or my chipboard. So I'm going to put a binder clip right here. And I'm just going to do the same thing for this side. And you just want to make sure that the top of your paper is aligned when you're doing this. So put your binder clip on like that. And then you want to check to make sure that all of the pages are touching each other so that it's tight. and that it's not puckering or bending. So you want to make sure of that. So once you get your binder clips on, then you want to now apply your Mod Podge. So I am going to take the brush and I am going to dip it into the Mod Podge. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the Mod Podge to the edge of the notepad. And you don't want to put a lot of it on, but you want to put enough of it on to get it coated. The Mod Podge is going to kind of penetrate in between the pages and and when it dries, it's going to dry all of the pages together. So you want to add it on kind of thick, but not too thick. When you're adding your Mod Podge, you want to make sure that you get the edges because you don't want those to lift up. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the edge like that, just to make sure that the pages are secured to the chipboard. After you apply your Mod Podge, then you kind of want to let it sit and to dry. And I usually let mine sit about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how much Mod Podge you add to the top here. And when you finish, the Mod Podge is going to dry clear. So, like I got some here on the front page here. You can just wipe that off, clean it up a little bit, and then when it dries, it's going to dry clear. So I'm gonna go and let this dry, and I'll be back when it finished drying. All right, guys, so the glue is dry now and the notepad is finished. I think this turned out so cute. It is just the cutest thing. What you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you think. All right, guys, that's all for now. I hope that you're able to follow along with my process. If you like this video and would like to see more, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and consider subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will respond back. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.